What is up, everyone? Joe Everest, the fence expert. I'm sick and tired of seeing people being taken advantage of by contractors. It seems to be happening more and more every year. I'm tired of it. So today we're going to talk about the top 5 mistakes not to make when choosing your next contractor. And if you stick around to the end, there's going to be a bonus just for you. First mistake I see people make all the time, not doing enough research, not doing their due diligence. Checking reviews is important. Doing a Google search for the contractor is a great place to start, but you really need to dig deeper. In today's day and age, with the access to information that we have, you can start with a CaseNet search of your state for any ongoing or past litigation. Checking litigation could ensure that you don't end up in a mess that someone has already or is currently involved in with this particular contractor. The second mistake I see people make all the time, not asking for recommendations on social media. It's incredibly easy. Here in Southwest Missouri, there's 100 neighborhood groups. I love Springfield. I love Nixa. What's going on in Republic? Start there, asking those groups. Who do you know that does X? Who do you love that has built fence for you personally in the past? Now, that's not going to be an extensive list. It's not going to be an all-inclusive list, but is a great place to start. Asking others for their personal opinion has gotten so much easier as social media has increasingly grown throughout the years. The third mistake I see still being made is not getting multiple bids. Getting 3 bids will show you a snapshot of the scope of what this project could run. You could see some high bids and some low bids and some right in the middle. It gives you a place to start. It could be that the high bid has noticed things in your project that should be included that others haven't. Or it could be that the low bid has forgotten some of the things you guys talked about in your scope of work. Don't automatically go for the lowest bid, but getting multiple bids ensures you get multiple sets of eyes on your project and multiple sets of recommendations. The fourth mistake I see made all too often, not properly vetting the contractors. Not being thorough in your analysis of, is this contractor who they say they are, and are they qualified to work on your project? Now, this starts with a completely detailed scope of work that outlines everything in the project. If it's too broad or you think they're skimming over a subject, make sure they put that thing into detail. Also, when meeting with the contractors, ask that they submit with their bid a proof of insurance that's current, and you can call the insurer on that certificate to make sure it's current, but as well a business license, a current business license in the city, county, state that you live in. Now, the best place to check with this is going to be your local municipality. Call them up, ask them what licenses or certificates contractors doing this type of project should carry in your area. They'll know which ones they require, but they'll also have a pretty good idea if there's a county and state certificate or license also required. The fifth mistake I see made that could end up costing you quite a bit, not getting a paid invoice for every payment you make the contractor. Now, it's more common to get a paid invoice at the end of the project once it's completed, but unfortunately, most projects fall apart in the beginning or in the process of this project, which means at this point, you might not have a paid receipt for the deposit you made or the material purchase that you paid the contractor for. Getting a paid invoice for every payment ensures that you have proper documentation should this project fall apart that you did indeed pay the contractor these sums of money. All right, you made it to the end. I really appreciate it. And to say thank you, I've got a bonus tip just for you. And that is make sure in addition to the paid invoices, you also get lien waivers for the funds that you've given the contractor. Now, what a lien waiver says is the contractor is acknowledging that they have received this money, which is done in the paid invoice, but it also takes it a step further and says that all the materials that this money is paying for and all the laborers that this money is paying for have been paid and cannot come back to you, the owner, for additional sums of money. Now, the inclination for the contractor is to resist giving a lien waiver until the payment is cleared. Basically, this lien waiver is a legal document that says you owe no more money to the contractor. So if the payment had failed or something got messed up with the payment, the contractor could be stuck without being paid for the project. The lien waiver that protects both you, the customer or the owner, and the contractor is a conditional lien waiver. Now, what a conditional lien waiver says is that all these stipulations, that the contractor has been paid, that they cannot come for additional funds, that everyone behind the contractor, their laborers, their material suppliers have been paid and cannot come after you, the owner. All of these stipulations come into effect after the payment has cleared, been properly endorsed, that the contractor has received their money. The conditional lien waiver protects both of you so that as long as you have that before you give them payment, now as soon as that payment clears, as soon as you see it clear the bank, this lien waiver is in full force. Lien waivers are incredibly important because all too often you see contractors receive payment and then come back at the owner through typically legal channels for additional sums of money, claiming that there is an additional scope or additional work performed. A lien waiver is a legal document that says all funds have been paid, that the contractor agrees that there are no more funds due, and no one behind the contractor can come to you, the owner, for additional sums of money. Lien waivers are incredibly important. I can't stress this enough. All right, guys. As long as you don't fall for these mistakes when choosing your next contractor, I think your project will be in pretty good shape. If nothing else, it'll be off to an incredible start. If I've missed anything, if you have any additional tips, leave them in the comments below. It helps me update this content regularly and make sure everyone else is getting the complete source of information. For now, I'm Joe Everest, the fence expert, reminding you that good fences make good neighbors. And I'll see you next time.